Welcome back to Generic Expats. Today we take you to the capital of El Salvador, San Salvador. And we take you on a 4K walking tour of the city's most iconic park called Cuscatlan Park. Enjoy! Welcome back to Generic Expats. It is June 28th, Wednesday at noon o'clock. And I have decided to go discover what the new park recently remodeled called the Parque Cuscatlan. We have some pretty loud buses behind me. Parque Cuscatlan. And this is supposed to be a new park that I passed by a couple times as I was driving around this area. And it's right across from the National Hospital Rosales, right here. And I parked right next to these guys, some friendly guys that are working with the hospital or something, I don't know, maybe transport services for that. Anyways, it's time to do a little walking tour of the Parque Cuscatlan and yeah, show what a nice new remodeled park in San Salvador actually looks like. Turista, te encuentras en sala de exposiciones. The exposition center, huh? I don't really see where that is, but we got people just relaxing here. I want to just jump right in it. Jump right in and take a little stroll around this new park. Ministry of Culture. Oh, here it is, the other National Exposition Center. Oh, it's quite nice in a shaded area. Redo, cultura, baños, pérgolas. Reserves a space with us here at the National Expo Center. Interesting. Whew. This is definitely a very clean park. There seems to be a lot of construction ribbons, or maybe it's just the ropes telling you not to walk in the grass over there. I see off in the distance some yellow ropes. Maybe not for construction. I don't see any construction happening here, at least. Here's the map of the Cuscatlan Park. Where are we now? We must be at the, oh no, must be here, right? The Expo Center. So my guess is the main entrance is the opposite way, that way. Well, let's do a little walk around here, check out these areas, and come back. If you're getting value from my dedication to the research, traveling, recording, and editing needed to create the content I produce, please show me your appreciation by hitting that subscribe and like button below the video, as it really makes a difference to me and it motivates me to finish my massive multi-year video series motorcycling alone through Latin America, showing you great undiscovered spots for your future expat lifestyle. It is more than likely that you are a male in your 50s from the United States and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. Well, let me show you how to do that now. Do a quick walk. My first impression of this park is that it's right in the middle of the entire capital city, San Salvador. And as opposed to the other parks that I've seen already, the other local parks are actually pretty dirty and old and kind of worn down. This is definitely a new, remodeled, nice place. And I feel very, very fresh here because there's a lot of tree coverage. Right? There's not any direct sunlight yet so far. We have some art on the walls there. Some wall art. People chilling, taking their break. Niñas. Yeah. Interesting style of seats. Huh. I guess that one's not finished yet. Yeah, I guess this place must still be in in progress, because it seems like they want to finish and put the cement on top of all these tables and what looks like table chair combos or something. Oh, here's a bridge that goes over the top. Oh, yeah, so you can pass right through if you want to just walk through all the way to the opposite end, which I guess is the main entrance. People are definitely enjoying the fresh air and the lack of direct sunlight here, that's for sure. This tree coverage is really nice. Seems like there's a lot of art actually here, which I wasn't expecting. I guess I missed the first road or walkway. I guess there is no path here yet. This must be still in construction as well. Yeah. Seems like there are lots of... Oh no, maybe this is finished. Oh, stepping on mangoes. That's what I do all day, every day here in these Latin American countries. Deer, ciervo. Okay, so it's not a completely connected path, but it seems to be pretty much finished with art since the entrance I came in, coming down. Looks like the type of bird, like a parrot, hummingbird. Can't really tell what this says because letters are all broken out. But definitely, we're seeing some nice paintings. Cactus looks like. A girl and some nature art. Oh, this one's pretty beautiful. A girl with a starfish. Yeah, excellent. Very nice. So this is kind of the edge of the the park where it meets the main road, and we got lots of space to relax. There's a bunch of birds around on these on these paintings. People are all about the birds. Looks like this guy found a nice fresh mango to eat from the tree. I accidentally stepped on one. This guy's actually using it. That's great. Oh, over there I see a water fountain. Oh, we actually have drinkable water in public. That's nice. If there's one thing I miss about being in the US and many developed countries, for example, when I'm in Mexico, I really miss having like access to just drinking water. It's one of those like super basic things that you wouldn't think about missing, but I definitely miss it when I'm specifically in Mexico. As I showed right here, this park has free drinking water, which is great. I can't think of one place in Mexico besides maybe the Mexican International Airport in Mexico City that actually has like access to free drinking water, but maybe things have changed since I've last been ripping around Mexico on my motorcycle on La Princesa. Here you have a basketball court. Looks like they're kicking soccer ball. I guess playing basketball on one end and soccer on the other. Don't really have a soccer net, but see, oh, there's a soccer pitch right behind them. Yeah, there it is. One of the rare specialties of Latin America here. Whoa! Take advantage when you can. So yeah, this is a soccer pitch not being used. I guess maybe you have to reserve it to to be used by a full team. You can tell that this is surrounded by major streets. Really loud industrial trucks are just ripping by, very loud. We have a diner here, Fundación Sus Hijos. Diner cafe, I wasn't expecting that. Interesting. Make sure to wear your comfortable sports clothes. I forget my bandana at home, oh no. All I have is the hat and the sunglasses, just in case this place wasn't completely covered. Pick up your dog's crap, guys. I like how there's an animal walking an animal. Yeah, so far, very impressed with this park here. Politza here on the bicycle. She's watching, making sure everything's okay here. These guys are just 100 miles an hour. Friendly dudes. There's the bridge, the other opposite end of the bridge. Hoja cultural, the cultural leaf. Cultural, I don't know what that'd be. Ooh, looks like it's a performance hall. Must have good acoustics from the ceiling constructed above it. There's girls. Yeah, nice. Doesn't look like there's any performances happening now. There's some information about the football field. I'm not sure why it's so far away. To reserve the football field or basketball, you have to call these numbers. Yeah, okay. We'll go to the front here. Econo parts. No estacionar. Here's the bridge again. That must be the bridge, the name. Pasarela Maquilishuat. Never heard that before. We are at the main entrance now. Lots of platforms here for people to sit, I guess. Sit on these platforms of some wooden platforms here. There's the main entrance again. Maybe this is the actual main entrance. Looks like people just love laying on these platforms. Definitely a good spot to take a nap if you want to rest between work. If you're working in the downtown area, Centro is right next to this park. El Parque Cuscatlan fue inaugurado en el 1 de marzo. So this is an old park from 1939. Wow, I guess it was just recently remodeled from what people told me, but it was actually first established and built 80 years ago, I guess. Ooh, here's a beautiful little garden with a super cool tree. Really love these trees. Yeah, here's that tape that made me think there was lots of construction here. Another platform. Looks like they rent. Ooh, almost fell from these platforms. There is I think a bicycle rental area down there. There you go. It's a good way to tear around the park area here. Although it's not that big, so don't really need it. I wonder what is happening here. Probably something related to Huawei. I see the symbol of the Huawei company here. And of course we got MJ just fucking singing his heart out. Uso exclusivo para peatones. Only for people walking here. Huawei. Yeah, looks like a release of a new phone. Huawei P60 Pro. Welcome to El Salvador. Oh, here's a sunlit area, that's for sure. It is hot. Lugar de cosas preciosas. Precious things area. Can't tell if they're taking down or putting up. ¿Están montando o desmontando?
Desmontando ya.
¿Qué hicieron?
El lanzamiento de
Un celular, ¿no? Huawei.
sí, un Huawei
Ah.
P60.
Ah, ok. ¿Habían grupos en vivo o qué? Oh,
Sí, hubo un grupo en vivo tocando y los presentadores y
Ah.
la demostración del teléfono.
genial, muy bien. Lindo día. Chao. And they said these guys behind me, they mentioned that this was an event for the Huawei new phone coming out, and they hired a band and there was some food. They're taking everything down now. So that is all over with. Interesting. Looks like a children's play area. What do we got here? Bien. Localito. Nacho Loco. Yeah, this is basically what we call pizza in a bag in the US. Although it has meat. I don't know if this has meat here. No meat. We have meat in ours, and we call that taco in a bag, at least in Minnesota. I don't see any meat in any of these things. Buenas tardes. Alright, there's the bicycle area. What do we have here? Papa John's. Talk about American chains are everywhere. Papa John's here. My favorite pizza, to be honest. Children's Museum, Team Marin. Planetarium here, Planetario. Look at that. Quite a few places to check out at this park. El Nuevo Planetario. Yeah, interesting. Some installation art. Like a spaceship, I guess, next to the planetarium. Makes sense. Let's check out this area with rentable bikes, little bicycle things. 15 minutes on the trampoline, 2 minutes, $2. 15 minutes on the tramp with 5 minutes of go-karts, or these carts, $4. These have no engines. I guess these are just the, well, maybe they do have engines, I can't tell. No, they all have pedals. These are all pedal operated. Little lover's bike, double seat. This looks like a motorcycle with a side, a cart. It's like almost like a four-wheeler type of thing. Pretty cool, like a little trailer. What is this, like a tractor style? Interesting little bikes. Here is a 4-person, probably family style cart. Yeah, it's good for 4. More jazzy carts. Interesting. Tiny little ones. So yeah, we have 5 minutes for $3 on these. 20 minutes for 8. Family carts, 20 minutes for 8. Oh boy, that's how it is here. Have you always wanted to check out Latin America, but you felt it was too risky because it was too dangerous and you don't have any contacts there? Are you looking to go to an exotic tropical place, such as climbing a mountain or a volcano? Or are you looking to catch some sun on the beach? Or go on a boat tour? Here at Generic Expats, we offer generic tours to give you that safety, security, and that helpful connection with me to be able to do these tours with no fear. Follow along on genericsworld.net and you can see where I am and book a tour for the following locations as I'm driving south on my motorcycle through Latin America. Something that comes to mind when I see prices for things like these is that when I compare just basically most things. Oh, scared me. They're inviting the children into, I think, into the children's museum or something. Yeah, so basically those prices, I'd say, obviously in comparison to the US or maybe Canada or some places in Europe or whatever, they probably are really cheap. But I do recall seeing some really, really cheap stuff in all other Latin American countries I've been in besides perhaps Belize is kind of expensive, but it's not really Latin America that much. Anyways, yeah, I look at these prices, I look at the price board and I think, yeah, not super expensive, but also not crazy cheap. That seems to be the common theme here in El Salvador. As far as I can see, and when I talk to people, they mention the same thing. Hey, so things are pretty expensive here, right? I'm like, yeah, I noticed that. Most things are imported, things have higher costs. And yeah, so those little rentals of vehicles and little carts was one example of the many things that, since it's priced in dollars here, and from what I'm hearing from locals around the area, they say, okay, well, a lot of the people that left the country in the past 30 years of all the escaping the violence and horrible standard of living from all the fear that they had to live through, they moved abroad, earned a lot of money in other countries, and they're moving all of that capital back. They're bringing the money back, and that props up property, that props up prices for many things. They're making new businesses, and since it's in dollars, they can't devalue their currency, so that makes things kind of stay at a steady value, which of course for the people that own these properties and these businesses, that's good. They don't have to worry about devaluation, things worth less because the local government and the central banks decide to do something to, give an injection of capital into to the government or the economy. So long story short, this park, it is free. It has some little games and little things for children to play on. They're reasonable priced, I guess you could say. But if you were to see these things in other countries, I would say that they would be far cheaper. I do like these signs here. I always like a good sign giving information about what is actually seen here at these places. Scientific name, common name, I don't know. The Spanish names for really specific plants. Naranjo de montaña. This is like the mountain orange tree, pega pega, whatever that is. Sangre de chucho. I don't know what any of these things are. Aguacatillo, like small avocado. Yeah, that makes sense. Ooh, look at this. This is a crazy plant. Cedro real. Wow. Okay, well, this seems to be the very middle of the park, with seems to be surrounded by all of these boards of some plants and their information, which is great. No name. That's great. Bejuco de una uña de gato. Wow. And here's even a board showing an insect. Some of the insects here, which is, of course, the butterfly mariposa. Escarabejo. I don't remember what that's called. The beetle, I think. Some iguanas. Salamander, I guess. Salamandra de Montecristo. Yeah. Good park. One last thing I want to note is that this city, this park, pretty much this entire country, has been really stabilized by the new government. And every time I go to a new place and I talk to local people, they're like, oh my God, I couldn't really ever go to this place without being worried about safety and security and violent, gang members doing things and blah, blah, blah. So it's really great to be able to walk around this area, noon 30 on a Wednesday and not have to worry about anything, and seeing that the locals are also enjoying that same tranquility. It's kind of priceless, isn't it? So once again, I give props to Bukele, and let's hope that the quality of life keeps on improving for all the locals here. That's my hope. All right, guys, well, I'm probably gonna do a little walk across that bridge, but all right, well, for some reason this bridge is closed on Mondays. It is a Wednesday. Let's walk across this bridge that is the middle of the Cuscatlan Park. And yeah, this is it has nice views on top of what we just discovered down below. Some stairwells going down in the middle. Didn't notice that when I was walking around. I think it's been pretty obvious that lots of people that are in this park work at the hospital across the street. I just walked and saw that there was the blood bank there. And yeah, there's lots of what I would think would be nurses or whatever, crossing over, maybe walking to work or walking home or taking a break while on duty, taking their lunch break or something. Two interesting things came to my attention while I was walking around the park to finish up taking some pictures. is that the Central American Olympic Games are happening right around the corner here at the stadium. I can't remember the name of the stadium, Jorge something, and it is literally blocks away, so I'm not sure if you can hear it now, but this is the commotion in the background that I didn't actually hear before, maybe because of the Michael Jackson playing in the background over there. And another thing to note was the remodeling of this park actually came partly due to what is the U.S. aid that was given to El Salvador in 2019. So that is one part of the reason why this park is looking great. So that's awesome to see that collaboration, isn't it? So here you guys are having a nice Little Caesars lunch. Little Caesars seems to be just the pizza of Latin America, where for me it's not my favorite at all. All right, homies. Hasta luego.